Good morning, everybody. This is Sheree with PassionatePennyPincher.com. We are being fast and fancy today. However, I am not fast or fancy today, so y'all are not seeing me today. I took a shower and that's about all I could do. I've been up a lot last night. Anyway, I'll tell y'all a little bit more about that in a minute. It was something exciting I was doing, but I'm so tired today. But I'm still making a fancy dinner. We are going to have the lemon feta shrimp and asparagus from our brand new Whole Foods box. And Whole Foods meaning clean eating, fresh foods, natural foods, minimally processed. So it's 12 weeks of menu plans and grocery list. They're amazing. Let the reviews stand for themselves, y'all. They have been so well received. People in our private Facebook group that you get when you purchase a box are loving it. Good morning, Penny and Diane and Angie and Bridget. So good to see all of y'all. We're going to get going, y'all. This is really could have gone into the 5-ingredient plan. It's so easy. So we have some shrimp, and I'm halving the recipe because it's just my husband and I tonight. So I peeled and deveined all this last night, and I let it soak on a paper towel because you do not want soggy shrimp. So I'm going to go ahead and discard that. Let it sit there for a minute. I have a lemon. This is a ginormous lemon, so I'm definitely not using all of it. And it's kind of green. I'm a little concerned. It's kind of hard too, but we're going to go with it. And then I have some fresh asparagus and a little bit of olive oil. I have some feta and salt and pepper, and that is it. That is all you need. It's all natural. So we're going to get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to zest. Look at me with my fancy. That's my fancy, is my candle. And my shrimp, I guess. A lot of people think shrimp is fancy. I still think it's a pretty budget-friendly thing. However, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was like, my boys would pick out all the shrimp, and then I would have to buy like 5 pounds. So if your family's like that, then maybe it's not as budget-friendly. I'm going to zest about half of this. So I have a microplane that I'm just going to zest a little bit. I'm not too worried about having a ton of lemon flavor, a little bit more. Oh, that will wake me up. That smells amazing. All right. Trying to get that to move. And I'm just going to cut this lemon in half because I said I'm doing half of a recipe. And I'm going to squeeze it. We're going to hope for the best. Let me give it a little roll. That's a little trick, y'all. If you roll it. I think it's juicier than it actually looks. So I'm going to squeeze this. I don't have a squeezer. Y'all, if any of my kids are watching, I need a lemon dilly bob for Mother's Day. And I will have to pick out my seeds if any drop. I know there's a better way. There has to be a better way to do this. And I do not have the tools to do it. I think I did have a citrus squeezer thing on my Christmas list. I think I've had it on there 2 years. No one's gotten it for me yet. I'm just going to have to get me one. All right. Okay, no seeds. And now I have a fresh lemon to put down my sink. So that's exciting. Oh, Bridget, use tongs to squeeze. Girl, you have all of the shortcuts. Use a fork. I did know that. Y'all, you get on Facebook Live and you don't remember all this stuff. Like, your brain just zaps everything you ever knew. Which I did know that. Or I've heard it before. Alrighty, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to pop my asparagus. Now, I will confess that I used Instacart yesterday, or Instacart, and they gave me these ginormous asparagus. I mean, y'all, tell me who on Veggie Tales, who was the asparagus guy? I know it was like Bob the Tomato, and I can't remember the asparagus guy, but that's what it reminds me of. They're really big. So I want to go ahead. I rinsed them off. I want to dry them pretty good. They don't have to be completely dry, but it's better if they are. So if you don't know about asparagus, it has a natural, what I'm going to call a pop. It's a bend it'll naturally separate, and all you have to do is just take it on both ends and pop, and that's your natural separation, and that's what you want to do. And you can just throw these away. I don't know of anything else you could do with these because they're just really stalky. So that's how I like to do mine, and it seems to work pretty well. You could take a knife. It'd be a lot faster than me sitting here popping them all off. However, I only have 1 pound, and if I wasn't trying to show y'all on the camera, it would go a lot faster. I think I can do it pretty quick though if I do them. Oh, they're big. So this actually may take a little bit longer to cook. It's only supposed to cook 15 minutes. But my husband really likes the small ones, so I hope he's not going to be disappointed that we don't have the real teeny tiny. He likes the real teeny tiny asparagus that kind of char, and it makes it yummy. So, but this is super healthy. I'm excited. Okay, let me throw all that in my sink. Okay, so I'm just going to throw, literally, my asparagus over here on my sheet pan. And let's bring it a little bit closer. I'm going to drizzle since this is half of a recipe, about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm not going to measure. We're going to just do it right in the sheet pan. Less dishes to dirty up. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm going to toss it. I should get some tongs, shouldn't I, Bridget? I should get some tongs to toss it, but I'm going to toss it with my hands, and then I'll have to wash them. But that's what I like to do. Get it all covered with that nice, lovely oil, and then you just want to spread them out on your sheet pan. And I could have used actually a smaller sheet pan. I want them, the shrimp's going to be on top of them, so you want them to be kind of stacked so the shrimp won't go onto the pan. Let me wash my hands real quick. Alrighty. So if you were doing the full recipe, which would be, this is only 1 pound of asparagus, your sheet pan would be full of asparagus. And you would use you would have 2 pounds of shrimp and 2 pounds of asparagus. I have 1 pound of shrimp and 1 pound of asparagus. So that is it for the asparagus. So now we're going to move on to the shrimp. Y'all, easy peasy. So we're going to toss this shrimp with about another tablespoon of olive oil. And our lemon and our zest that we did. Here we go. And let me get a spoon. It's one thing I forgot to get. And I am going to go ahead and I'm not going to salt that, but I am going to put a little bit of pepper on that as well. And we're just going to toss this up. So what I'm going to do is, once I get it all assembled, I'm not going to cook it this morning on Facebook Live because then I have to reheat it tonight. And shrimp can just get rubbery if you reheat it. I mean, sometimes it works out, but I would rather not. The only thing I'm concerned about is leaving this in citrus all day long. It may cook it a bit because citrus will cook fish, but I think it's going to be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it. So now all we're going to do is spread on top of the asparagus. So let's do it. It's going to be pretty. Let me get where y'all, whoop. Thought I was getting where y'all could see. There we go. And y'all, this is a little fancy. I mean, but easy. Y'all saw, like, if I was not doing this on Facebook Live, I'm really trying to keep them on top of the asparagus. It may not work out and it'll be fine. But if you can kind of keep them up there on top of the asparagus, I think it'll be better. move him over so it gives me a little bit of support. And I don't know why I'm saying that. I think because they could stick to the sheet pan. You could put parchment down as well. And I think it's just makes it pretty to do it this way too. And if you wanted to, definitely at the end, you could garnish with some lemon slices, or you could actually put some lemon slices on top of this, and that would be pretty and give it, if you really, really love lemon flavor. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna just drizzle that on there. Alrighty, now here is the magic. We are going to sprinkle feta on here. It calls for a half a cup, but this is half, so I'm gonna use about a fourth a cup, and I'm not gonna measure because I love all of the feta. Yum. Y'all really think this is totally a Mediterranean dish too. So you want to go ahead and preheat your oven. I think it's 400, yes. 400. And at the end, you bake for 15 minutes until the shrimp are pink and your asparagus is tender. And that is fast and fancy dinner on a Tuesday night. Y'all look, it's beautiful. And it's so pretty when it cooks, but I just don't have time to make it. So, Gail, this is the lemon feta shrimp and asparagus. It is week 4 of our brand new Whole Foods box right back here. It's the greenish one, greenish bluish, I guess. And y'all, the food has been fantastic. The reviews have been amazing. Let's see, Sherry said, as a non-shrimp eater, do you think it's easy enough, hold on, I think you said to not mess it up, to make and not mess up, as I won't be able to taste this? Absolutely. Okay, so here is your trick of the day, Miss Sherry. When your shrimp start to curl and turn pink, they're done. 15 minutes at 400 if you are using the appropriate size shrimp, which this one calls for large, uncooked large shrimp, peeled and deveined. That should be about perfect. But it will curl. It'll curl and close up like that. And it will be pink. You don't want to see any of the white color any longer. So that is your trick. And I think it will be a great first recipe with shrimp to try. I think it would be really, really good. Beth said I would add garlic too. Oh, yes. That sounds amazing. Hello, Teresa. Okay, so someone said they don't know how to do deveined shrimp. I didn't even think about that to show y'all. You can buy frozen shrimp that, number one, you can buy it already peeled and veined. It's a little bit expensive, but at Kroger, sometimes they'll have it on sale, and I do that a lot, and then you have to thaw it, and I usually rinse it and then just pat it dry. But when you devein it, and these actually were already deveined, they would still have the shell on, and all I had to do was pull the little leg dilly bobs, I don't know if they're legs, and pull the tail off. And it was super duper easy. But I think you could probably Google, but I think you can run a knife down the back and it gets all of the vein blacky stuff out. So I don't know. I think your best bet is to get on YouTube, because since I can't really properly show you, but I think it's great. Bridget says she cheats and buys the peeled and devein. I typically do too, but y'all, this really took me 5 minutes to peel it. It was already deveined. So, okay, let me tell y'all why I have been up all night. My husband and I are going on a trip we've been planning for forever, and it's overseas in Europe. And the last leg of the trip is in Amsterdam, and that is where the Anne Frank house is. And so you have to buy your tickets ahead of time, and they're on, I don't know what their time is called, but it's 7 hours ahead of my time. The tickets only go on sale 6 weeks in advance of when you're going to visit there, and on Tuesday. And so today was the day. So 3 a.m. I was up getting Anne Frank tickets and I got them. Woohoo! But I could not sleep. Y'all know how you do when you know you have to get up and you cannot sleep. So I laid there and I couldn't sleep. And then I got back in bed and I still couldn't sleep. And it was just a rough night. So that's why y'all are not seeing me today. But I did shower. So there's that. Anyway, y'all make your lemon feta shrimp and asparagus. 415 minutes. If y'all have any questions, I'll try to be on and answer them throughout the day about shrimp. Y'all, it's so easy. It is so easy. But anyway, I'm super excited about our trip. The Anne Frank house is supposed to be amazing and very moving. And it's one of those that everyone says, do not miss it. So I'm super excited to go there. And last night when I did sleep a little bit, I was dreaming about floating down in the canals of Amsterdam. Now, y'all, I've never been to Amsterdam, but I keep reading about canals, and we need to take a boat float down them, or canal cruise, I think is what they call them. So I got to look into that today, but I don't think I have to book that 6 weeks in advance at 3 a.m. So that's good. Anyway, sorry for the rambling, but I'm excited. You have a great day. Make you some wonderful food. Oh, and let me mention too, the code Whole Food without an S. You'll see it if you go to shop.passionatepennypincher.com. It's still valid for orders over $50. And so the menu boxes are $42 right now. So if you add like a sticker pack or something like that, that will get you to your $50. You can get 20% off. So there you go. Y'all have a wonderful time. Vicki says you need to hire me as your travel agent. So I'm the one that gets up at 3 a.m. and gets your tickets. Girl, I should have. Val says you'll love Amsterdam. Anne Frank's house is wonderful. I have a cousin who lives in Amsterdam. Love to visit her. Oh, that is amazing. We are not going to be in Amsterdam. Well, we are going to see the tulips. Oh, we're going to see the tulips. So we're only going to be in Amsterdam I would say 2.5 days because we're going so many other places. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those places that we will want to go back to because we're not going to see it. So that is it, y'all. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.